Aloha, I'm Ash.
I am Leanna.
And I'm Meagan.
So, for a long time now, women have been very disconnected from their periods, from their bleeds. We haven't even known what it means to be a cyclical creature, a cyclical human being. This is a part of what transitions us out of young girlhood into womanhood. And there's a lot of reasons over the years, over the centuries, that have led us to this point. Part of it is just our modern lives and our society that causes us to constantly perform and to do and be very external. This is something that we are dedicated towards changing. We are speaking up about what it actually means to connect with the feminine and to find ways where we turn inward and reflect and step into that powerful vulnerability that we're taught through most of our lives not to really go too close to.
As menstruating humans, our cycle is sacred because nature is sacred, and week to week we go through a different season, just as nature does. We have different sensations, sometimes more introverted, sometimes more blossoming, like a winter or a spring. And that is something to honor because it will completely change our interaction with our environment, with ourselves, with our relationships and other people. And it's something to honor. Just as we honor the changing of the seasons in life, we should honor that in our own bodies as well.
Learning to map our cycles is like creating a compass for navigating our lives. And I feel like mapping our cycle gives us clues and patterns and helps us be able to foresee how we're going to feel from day to day and week to week. And knowing that information is so empowering because we're able to honor ourselves in all of our different phases and seasons. If we know in advance that we have lower energy during our premenstrual phase, then we can plan our lives to allow for that lower energy instead of pushing ourselves to be something different than what we are. And I feel like understanding my own inner cycle map has helped me to love myself and have compassion for myself in a way that I just didn't understand before learning about my own unique cycle.
I really started to honor my cycle and live my life, syncing my life with my cycle once I became a mother, because when I first got my cycle back after giving birth to my daughter, that first month was so potent. My feelings and my changes week to week, I felt like myself again in a really crazy way. I had been so steady in my hormones during pregnancy and the postpartum period, but I feel like I really became my fullness in my cyclicality again, and that was so inspiring. And ever since then, every day, every week of my life, I have looked into where I'm at in my cycle, and it makes my life make more sense, because when I'm super tired as a mother, I'm pretty tired in general, but I get even more tired in my premenstrual phase, and then I have way more energy in my ovulation phase. And that's something that I can now communicate with my partner and also find intimate ways to take care of myself, even though I'm taking care of this other being. I feel a deeper sense of self-love and of respect for my cyclical nature.
Committing to honor my cycle and mapping my cycle has drastically improved my relationship with my partner, because knowing how I'm going to feel and who I'm going to be day in and day out in advance helps him know how to show up for me in a way that I don't think either of us understood before I started mapping my cycle. I didn't know that the woman that I am in my ovulation, who feels like she could do it all and is so confident and on top of her game, isn't the woman I am all month long, and that's okay. And when I would shift in my hormone phases, not only would I feel like something was wrong with me, but I think my partner also thought something was wrong with me and unconsciously was maybe holding me accountable to staying that inner summer superwoman all month and all year long. And now understanding that it's okay for me to be more introverted, it's okay for me to rest more, it's okay for me to just have lower energy, helps him to love me in all of my phases and just show up for me in a way that's really healthy for a partnership, because I get to be loved for exactly who I am as I am without any shame.
So we are inviting you to come and sit with us, come talk with us. This is a gathering of women where we are going to be open, be vulnerable, be raw with you, and talk about the transitions that our bodies and minds go through every single month. Every single week we are shifting, and we want to dive into that with you and gather like we used to. We used to get together as women and sit around in a circle, all 20 of us, 30 of us, 50 of us, and share the intimate details of what it meant to be a woman. And that's what we are excited to do with you, and to share our journeys and the beauty of what it means to be a woman.